Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, today, instead, right now, we're going to put the negative aside and we're going to focus on the people that truly matter, the superheroes. Now, what is a superhero, you may ask? A superhero is selfless, loving, respectful, someone who's willing to put themselves on hold to better a community or those around them. A superhero does not judge, they truly see the best in people. Superheroes are problem solvers to humanity, looking for a resolution in any given situation, even if that means they need to sacrifice their own needs. Without awareness, though, a hero or superhero in the making can be used and abused given the opportunity, and that can affect them. That's without awareness. A superhero is completely unaffected by the negative actions or behaviors of villains and supervillains because they are aware. When I say hero, villain, superhero, or supervillain, these are terms to which describe a person's inherent personality trait. A hero knows who they are and knows what path they must take to become a superhero. A hero can sometimes be compromised, unfortunately. Sometimes. I do not know if you've ever seen the show Dragon Ball, but this kind of reminds me of that. But there was a part in that show where it reminds me of superherohood, the journey of superherohood. When early in the series, after Goku dies, he is tasked with traveling Snake Road to train with Kami, which ultimately is a training that helps him reach the level of Super Saiyan. Snake Road is a 1 million kilometer road with tasks and challenges Goku had to face. I think it's a really good metaphor for an individual trying to reach their goals and become the person that they know they are. Excuse me. In my eyes, a hero is a baby whose goals are not yet met and challenges not yet succeeded. A villain is the opposite. Think of the Sith in Star Wars. The Sith use the dark side to their advantage in pursuit of passion, power, and dominance, structured upon secrecy and betrayal. A villain, as discussed, is not completely aware some of the time and can be redeemed. Sometimes. On a flip side, they are completely aware and choose this path for their own selfish needs. A superhero is complete, though, in my eyes. They know who they are inside and out, take complete accountability, have mastered all psychological hurdles, and still do what is right, not just for themselves, but for others around them, more importantly. They take the biggest risks by putting themselves on the line. They are the most strongest and loving people you will ever meet. A supervillain is selfish but complete in their mind, complete in a way that garners complete control of their environment. A supervillain does not care who they hurt and will always paint themselves as the victim. They are masters of dark psychology, manipulation, and do not care about human life. I do not believe a supervillain can redeem themselves unless they are truly exposed for who and what they are. They will even use this same tactic to fabricate lies against our heroes and superheroes to try and take them off their path. Yeah, believe me, it happens to me still today. It is a superhero's goal to improve humanity and show the supervillains that we do not need them, and instead show each other how to build and unite together. It is because of this world that we're currently in, though, heroes and superheroes are not as connected as they should be. In a brainwashed society built upon money and sin, it is increasingly difficult to reach the point we need to, especially with how much harder it is to sustain a happy life in present day. It's really tough out there today. Can you think of a time a person assisted you with something and went out of their way to make sure your goals were met? That person could be a superhero, and they should be cherished. These people should never be abused, neglected, or taken advantage of if we were to grow as a collective. Being a superhero myself, I work with a guy who is in the process of having a family. He aspires to be a supervillain, though. But he has been trying so hard to have a family with his loving wife that I put aside all the negativity he throws my way to give advice on what he should do, how to be strong, and how to care through my acts of kindness. I do not believe he can be redeemed, as my main supervillain is always in his ear, and he admires that. I know he has admiration and some type of weird comparison towards myself, even though he acts like I don't matter. But it's due to our environment, though, and how others treat me. He cares what people think of him. He really does a lot. And still, I put personal issues aside because he is on his way to having a family. Infant life is way too precious to ignore. Got to a point, though, a realization that his actions were speaking much louder than his words. And all I was doing was building his negative, toxic energy. I wanted for him to see what I was trying to do, and it seemed promising at the time. But ultimately, I had to back off. You cannot save everyone. Cannot save everyone, especially newborn life. You can't. This is one of the realizations I came to when I decided I need to put my word out here to find the right audience. I'll never be taken off my path. I'm not entirely sure where I am going, but I know who I am, and I know what I want. I want to help others, and I want humanity to feel equal. I can't stress that enough. I want for others to feel safe without the need of their self-righteous ego getting in the way. The tactics the villains and supervillains have used against me have only ever made me stronger. It was through strong awareness that this became possible. And it can for you too. That's why I'm here. But let me ask you, do you ever feel judged or mocked or stalked or hated against? It is a strong feeling to have the world against you, but there's also a great delight in it. It means you're doing something right for yourself. Anyways, I appreciate you guys listening and following. And as always, love is scarce, hate is abundant. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.